Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Elston Robinson, 104013.
All right, Mr. Robinson, my name is Brennan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella. Ms. Wise will be your parole panel. We'll ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. Do you understand the process?
Yes, sir.
We have Mr. Randy Meyer here. They'll speak at the appropriate time. Elston Robertson, DOC number 104013, your fifth class offender, parole eligibility date 8/1/2021, not eligible for good time, a life sentence, possession with intent to distribute cocaine, habitual offender. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
You answer Ms. Pearl Wise, please.
How you doing, sir?
All right, sir. Ma'am?
That's fine. You're the one we've been looking for all day. You our last one.
Yes, ma'am.
I know it's safe for you. Call out for the record, sir. How old are you and how long you been in jail?
I'm 60 years old, ma'am. I've been in jail 23 years.
Okay, 23 of a life. Okay. Drug charges, right? Drug charges,
yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me about the drug charges. Were you a user or a dealer?
I was a dealer, ma'am.
What did you use?
I didn't use no drugs, ma'am. I don't use drugs.
What about alcohol?
I don't drink.
Okay. I mean, usually, okay. So have you had that drug dealers anonymous class?
No, ma'am.
I don't know if they still offer that. It used to be a popular class. So I saw that at age 17, your first arrest was for shoplifting. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
It was like $34.
Yes, ma'am.
And here you are today at age 60, still, and you're fifth offender. So tell me, why should I vote to let you out?
Ma'am, because I just know that I can do better than what I was doing. I mature myself to a stage to where I understand a lot now, I was a young guy, trying to make things happen for myself. And I know that what I was doing was wrong,
When did you figure out it was wrong?
Well, why incarcerated way before this time here, though. And
Okay.
why incarcerated this time here, I had to mature myself enough to understand it more better.
So of your 60 years of living, how long you think you've been in jail of all those 60 years? If you had to guess.
About 30, about 20, 30 or something like that, ma'am.
20 on this one, so.
Ma'am?
So you did 20 on this time. That's 20 something on this time. So you count that. How long do you think are your 60 years of life you've been here?
Like about 29.
Okay. The records indicate that you're married and you're the father of 5 children. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's the ages of your children?
Third.
It's approximate.
23, 26, and 34.
How many mothers is that?
It's 2 mothers.
Okay. You have any kind of relationship with the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, where are they today? And your
They
wife,
are.
where are they?
They're doing okay. They have jobs. They finish high school. They take care of themselves correctly.
Do they know you had a hearing today? Did you tell them?
But they know, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And they weren't able to participate?
No, well, they was working,
Okay, I understand that. And we look at your supervision record, you got revoked more times than you completed supervision, so that's concerning as well.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to just state that for the record. And probation and parole could not reach your family, so Make sure your family information has been updated in the system. The current contact information for your family. Because PNP tried to reach them and they couldn't find anybody.
Yeah, it's eight.
No, that's okay. Don't go to it down, but if you get to talk to somebody in classification, make sure you give them the current phone number and address of the family member that you won't contact if something happens.
They have.
Okay, good. I'm glad to know that because PNP couldn't find anything. So let's talk a little bit about your programs. When I'm showing the last programs you took was in 2015 and 2016. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you do every day now in the prison?
I go to school. And
What do you work?
And I'm taking up victim awareness.
Okay. So you just go to school every day?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of jobs have you had in the prison? Any jobs?
I can do all the jobs in prison, ma'am.
What jobs have you had that you've done?
I used to work in the kitchen. I used to do culinary arts. I laid the little bricks. I did a lot of work, a lot of handiwork around. It just helping, facility.
Okay. All right. So if you're successful today, what are your plans? Where would you live and how would you support yourself?
If I was successful today, I would live accordingly to doing better for myself and my family and loved ones.
No, sir. I said, where would you live and how would you support yourself? Where would you live?
Oh, I would live with my sister.
Okay. And where is she at?
She is in La Place, Louisiana.
Okay. And how would you support yourself?
I would support myself. I would be able to support myself by getting a job, working hard.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Warden, what can you tell us? Share with us.
As long as you pretty much covered the bulk of what's been going on with Elston. He's kind of bounced back and forth between max and medium. Back in September of 19, worked his way back up to medium and has maintained that since then. So,
All right. Thank you, sir. That's all I had, Chairman.
All right, we'll hear from Mr. Randy Meyer now.
Good afternoon, Randy Meyer, Assistant DA Jefferson Parish.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I think Mr. Robertson at some point would be a candidate for parole. My issue is I don't want him to get out and come back. He's been in there over 20 years. He's got a very extensive record. He's got a poor supervision history, and his programming is very limited. He hadn't had any program since 2015, 2016, and that concerns me. It doesn't show an incentive to try to do things that will help him to get out when he gets out, to stay out. There's no job training. He's had no substance abuse. He says he never used drugs, but looking back at his record since 1990, he's had about nine arrests for possession and or distribution of cocaine. So without some job training, I think that he really needs to help him get out, to help him when he gets out to not come back. I would be opposed to his request at this time.
I think.
Thank you. Mr. Robertson, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, sir, I know if I get out, I can do better. I know that the things that I did in the past, that I have hurt a lot of people. And I know that with this opportunity and chance that y'all give me to go home to my family and loved ones, I can do better and move forward with my life. Because just by being in here, I have learned a lot of things and matured myself.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Sir, I recognize, I hear what you're saying, and I believe that you believe it, but just hearing you say what you're gonna do without any family support here at the hearing, my vote is to deny. You need a better transition plan. Invite your family to, if they can't come, send a letter. If they can't be at the Zoom here, send a letter stating that they vouch for you, that they're here for you and what they can provide. And law enforcement opposition, and you need more programs. Take this time to reflect. It's not about getting out, it's about staying out. And at your age, you need your best shot. That's what you think, sir.
Mr. Marabella?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Robertson, you've got a long criminal history, 25 plus arrests. Your supervision history is very poor. You say you don't do drugs, you haven't do drugs, but you've been arrested a number of times for drugs. And I'll accept you at your word today saying you don't have a substance abuse problem. I'm not sure that that's true, but I'll accept that. Either way, I think it's important for you to take more programs, learn more about substance abuse, learn more about what your drug dealing has done to people when you were out there doing it.
I have learned much, sir.
Hey,
As we've all said, we want you to get out, but we want you to stay out as well. So I'm going to continue to work hard. My vote today likewise is to deny.
but you have 2 votes to deny. I'm also gonna vote to deny. Look, you're close, man. Just get you some programs, get you a little trade, keep working hard in there. You have law enforcement opposition, you still need a little help. So keep working hard and reapply. And might be a better opportunity. But 3 votes to deny. Today your parole's been denied. So 114, we'll adjourn it. Angola. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Warren.
Whew. That's a long time to spend in prison for a non-violent crime. But yeah, you spend all this time there and he hasn't done anything. It's like, what are you doing? It's also interesting to believe he never drank and never did drugs, and that's what he said. And it's interesting because the board kind of just was like, okay, that's true, and I wonder if it is. But like on one hand, I'm like, are you really serving all this time for a nonviolent offense and for like petty drug dealing? And then on the other side, it's why has he put no effort to improving himself? I like the way the district attorney phrased it. You know, it wasn't like an evil, you're staying in there, you sold drugs. It was more like, you know, we want him to stay out when he gets out. And I like that approach. That's nice to hear and see. But man, yeah, I guess they have a point. What's going to keep him out? So he'll get, you know, he can apply again in 2 years, and then he might get a hearing in 3 years, and hopefully he is put in the effort. And but still, it's a lot of time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Have a great weekend, everyone.